Hey everybody, Shawn Tubbs here. I want to show you something today that I've been really excited about. It's built by a company called Ampete. They build really amazing amplifiers, but they also build really great amplifier head switchers. And that's what we have here. This one is the 88S Studio, and it's made by Ampete. And what it allows me to do is switch between up to 8 heads into 8 different cabinets instantaneously, just simply by pushing buttons. It hooks up super easy. It's pretty much a no-brainer there as far as how the signal is split to all your amplifiers. In this case I've got 5, and how they all return is really easy. Just a super sounding piece of equipment, and the nice thing is it's got a really ultra transparent buffer in it, and I didn't notice any difference, any problem whatsoever as I started running just pedals into it and things like that. So the guitar would obviously plug in right here, and then everything goes from there to the ins and outs of the amps. So you're going to come out of this into all the inputs of the amps, and then your speaker outs of those amps are going to come back to this, and then you're going to have however many cabinet outs that you're using running to different cabinets. Now in this case, I'm just going to let you guys hear the amp switch into what I've got it set up for right now is the aux box. Now in another video, I'm going to switch between some cab setups and the aux box so you guys can hear the difference between the UA Audio aux box that I've been using for a while now, as well as a straight up Royer 57 setup and maybe another type of mic setup. But for now I just want to show you guys how I use it and how it's just been a workflow game changer for me, because I don't have to get up and plug in other amps. I can pretty much audition them right away. So how I have it set up right now is amp 1 is my Sir Bella, amp 2 is the Sir Badger 30, amp 3 is my divided by 13 FTR 37, amp 4 is my Dirty Shirley Friedman, and amp 5 is my my Red Plate Blues Machine amp. And they're not really dialed in any way that's specific right now, because I just I do all kinds of different things with all those different amps, and it just depends on the situation that I'm in as far as which amp I utilize. But this will give you an idea of kind of what I do. So that opening sound that you heard, that's actually the Bella with an overdrive on it. I've just got a simple overdrive going. So I could want to start out just dead clean, and that's really what I use the Bella for, is when I have to do clean tracks. And I literally don't want it to break up. And I don't want to use a compressor necessarily, and the Bell is really great for that. Now of course it can break up, but that's how I have it set up. It's kind of my super clean but also very pedal friendly amp, and that's what it gets used for. But I may want to go from that to just a straight up amp overdrive. In that case I would go to the Dirty Shirley, which is 4, and now I've got this. Now speaking of workflow, if I need just a little more gain than that, I can go ahead and turn on, I've got a Buxom boost back here that I usually keep a boost pedal of some sort just on my desktop, so I can just hit it really quick if I feel like I need just a little more. So that's the Buxom boost, and that was a big deal for me because I wanted to make sure I could hit the input of this guy with boost pedals and not have it sound weird. And it ended up working great because I use those a lot, once again, as a part of my workflow. So you can see how quickly it switches. It's like no pops, no weird hums or buzzes. It's just a flawless piece of equipment for what I do especially. Okay, so we're on the Bella. We just tried the Friedman for some more gain. What if I want, you know, maybe just kind of a semi-broken up clean tone, a little more broken than the Bella, but not necessarily a lot of gain. Well, I just hit amp 5 and that's my red plate, and right now I've got it dialed up to break up just a little bit. And it's kind of the same thing. I might hit another pedal. And that amp has a different character too. It's a little more kind of tweedy, whereas the Bella is a little more kind of a bandmaster type vibe. And it just depends on what fits in the track. It's not about what amp is better than the other, because I love all these amps. It's just what's going to fit in the moment. So, you know, we can go dead clean, do a little bit of breakup, or maybe I just want a different kind of breakup. So maybe I'll use the Badger, which is in 2. And that's more of a Marshall breakup. It's like real sizzly up top. It's got that kind of thing. Or maybe I want kind of more of a plexi-ish back position breakup. Or I might want to double that, like do this tone, and then do another track and switch to the Friedman. Without even having to switch guitars, I've got 2 totally different tones just by picking a different amp. And of course I could use my my divided by 13, which I kind of have dialed. I guess I've got it dialed for the last thing I did, which is once again a little more broken up. Now the thing with the D13 is it's a 6v6 amp, so it's got this real silky kind of sweet just feel and breakup to it. Now, of course, I could dial that guy really clean, and you know, it's not really, you know, it's just once again what really fits is what I'm going to go for, and just to be able to audition amps really quickly is definitely what I'm after. And then you can take it a step further, which is really bitchin'. You can actually switch between cabinets, and that'll be in my next demo. It won't be so much to demo this specifically, the Ampete. It'll be to more kind of show you the difference between maybe different mic setups, maybe using something like the universal aux, different cabinets and open back, closed back, you know, things like that. But I was really excited about this thing. It just works flawlessly. It's one of the best additions to my studio that I could possibly have added. So if you're interested in something like this, I think that you can switch between, one does switch between 2 amps, there's another one that switches between 4, this one switches between 8, and I think there's actually another model that actually has a desktop keyboard that you can use as well. But yeah, it's a really great piece of equipment. It wired up with no issues whatsoever. I just turned it on and was just in awe of how well this thing worked and how great it sounded. So yeah, if you've got any questions about this guy, go to ampete.com and ask away. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll have lots more videos coming up soon. Thanks, you guys.